In this video, we will still working with sessions, and we will also include one new event, exceptions or errors. Let's go and use the same workbook that we have used in the previous video. Let's go to My Test 1, go to Developer, Visual Basic, and let's go to the Sheet 1, double click Sheet 1, and in this click Command Button 2 event, we will simulate an error. Let's make some space and let's add an error routine. On error, go to, for example, error sub, and we will create this sub here at the end. First, we need to exit sub, so that when the code will run, when a user will click on the command button 2, it will trigger this code line, but it will exit at this point. And down under this exit sub, we will create this error sub. Error sub. Okay, let's make it first letter uppercase, and here we will display an error message. Message box, error description. Now let's simulate an error. I will create a new variable, dim I as integer. And here we will say I is equal to 6 divided by 0. This will trigger a divide by 0 error. Let's go and send this error to Microsoft Azure. CLS AI1 dot track exception. In this track exception, we can pass to the Microsoft Azure a lot of arguments. The arguments that are not in these square brackets are mandatory. So error description and error number are mandatory. We will provide the error description and the error dot number. Let's go and test it. Let's save this and let's exit, and let's open our workbook. Let's click on Sheet 1, let's click on Command Button 1, and let's click on Command Button 2. And here is our message box with an error, division by 0. Okay. Now let's go and see what we have got in our Microsoft Azure resource. Let's go to failures, and as you can see, we still don't have any errors. Let's give Microsoft Azure a few minutes so that it can process this error, so that it can process this event. I will pause this video and we will see us in a few minutes. Okay, we are back. I have give 3 minutes Microsoft Azure to process the data. Let's go, for example, here on failures. Click on failures and let's click on exceptions. And as you can see, we have one exception. Exception or error, exception at error tracking. We can click on this drill into one exception, and we have here the date and the time and the description of the error, division by 0. We can click on it to see more details. This is the event time, the message division by 0. Exception error tracking, error number 11. Call stack, we don't have it. And let's click all available telemetry for this user session. Here we can see that we had 2 views, 2 events and 1 exception. Page view, command button 1 click, command button 2 click, and problem ID, exception at error tracking and exception.